Hi, I'm Jerry Inzerillo, and I'm the CEO of the Diriyah Gate Development Authority in Riyadh, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, well, good afternoon. A real pleasure to see you here at World Travel
Nice to see
Markets
you.
Day.
Thank you for the time.
Could you give our viewers just a little update on that project and where we stand with its development?
Yes, thank you. I have the great honor of serving Diriyah, pronounced like a ray of sunshine. Diriyah is the birthplace of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, the birthplace of the Arabian Peninsula, and the ancestral home of the House of Al Saud. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site located in central Riyadh in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And the intention of what we're doing at the Diriyah Gate Development Authority to welcome tourists from the kingdom, the Gulf, and the world is to build the largest cultural heritage city in the traditional Central Arabian Najda architecture to attract tourists, and it is a $50 billion, 10-kilometer master plan in the middle of Riyadh.
And what sort of time frame are we looking at this project?
Yeah, praise to the Crown Prince because this is very ingenious because you hear a lot about the kingdom's aspirations of 2030. But the way we've planned and configured this cultural heritage city, we will open assets. We've been working very hard the last 3 years to plan it and to get it going. But every year starting 2022, we will open assets, groundbreak new assets, and announce new assets every year up until 2023. So, as we call them in the kingdom, they're giga projects. But this particular one is a rolling or a progressive giga project that will open assets every year starting next year.
And we're here on the Saudi Sand, perhaps the largest of WTM this year, and this is part of a much wider tourism ambition for Saudi Arabia. You launched the e-visa in 2019. Are your aspirations being met in terms of visitor numbers?
Yes, we part of Vision 2030 was to open up the kingdom to organize global tourism, which in its 91 years had never done. So we introduced e-visas in September of 2019, and we had modest expectations. We didn't know our tourism infrastructure wasn't in yet, but then we exceeded all our expectations by doing 55,000 tourist visas a week. Now that got interrupted in March of 2020 when we had to protect the society for COVID protocols. But now on our way, we're building the infrastructure of Riyadh and Diriyah to take 27 million of our 100 million visits by 2030. 30% of that obviously will be pilgrimages to the two holy cities of Mecca and Medina. But we're putting the entire tourism infrastructure now, new airports, roads, new national carrier, tour operators. That's all being put in place now, so we could take advantage of the tourism as quickly as next year, 2022.
You mentioned religious tourism there, which has obviously been the cornerstone of Saudi for a number of years. Is the country ready for that cultural tourism as well?
Oh, I very much so. Now, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is very fortunate because the King Salman, is the custodian of the two holy mosques. So when you have Mecca and Medina, if you're a Muslim, it is your life's aspiration to do a pilgrimage. That's a beautiful thing. But what happened previously, because the kingdom wasn't open to tourism, is that people would come and make their pilgrimage and go home. They didn't stay in the kingdom to see a vast and beautiful country and interact really with the Saudi society that's very welcoming. So in Vision 2030, tourism is one of its most important pillars. Culture heritage of a rich culture that's 400 years old. Today is almost 400 years old. 300 years ago, we had 30,000 people living in this beautiful mud city that's fully restored. So we have 6 UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Diriyah was always the center of culture and heritage in the Middle East, and now, thanks to His Majesty the King and the Crown Prince, will once again be.
Very interesting points, and I really appreciate your time today. Thanks so much.
Nice to see you. Thank you. Come visit us.